Hey everybody, this is Madmaxed again with another raid video, and I'm going to go over and spotlight a champ that I already did a video on, but I did not have the masteries done for her, and she is an excellent champ. So if you guys would, please hit that little red subscribe button in the corner, give it a thumbs up if you like. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments, I'll try to get back to you. Or leave in the comments something you want to see, and I'll try to get it I'll try to get it up. Okay, so this is Mithrala One. She is an absolutely tanky champ one of the tankiest champs you can have, by far. Now, when you look at her and look at her skills, she goes through in her A1, she attacks 2 times at random, and each hit has a 100% when it's booked out of place and a 5% poison for 2 turns. Now, so she's placing 2 poisons because she's hitting 2 times, so there are 2 poisons going up. Now, she goes out and she attacks all enemies and places a hex debuff for 2 turns and also places a 60% decreased defense and a 50% increased attack on all allies for 2 turns. This includes herself. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. If I were to put her in my clan boss team, I've got an extender, so this is going to be up 100% of the time. But I don't have her time for clan boss, and I've already got Lydia, and she does the increased defense, the increased attack. She already does. Lydia does the strength and the shield that she does, and I've got somebody else that does some of this other stuff. But when you look, you've got the strength and the shield. Well, it's on a 3-turn cooldown for 2 turns, and it places this, and it's equal to 30% of this champ's max HP. That's the reason I need to get this HP up higher, because it would give you a much bigger shield on everyone. But still, she has this passive, and her passive is really great. Whenever the champ is attacked, you get a 50% chance of turning them to stone, basically. And when they attack any other ally, it's a 30% chance. So if you do an AoE attack, 30% here, 30% there, 30% here, and 50 here. Not 100%, but it's a really high chance that they're going to get petrified and turned to stone. Now, it also increases this champ's resist by the amount of her accuracy. So when you're looking at 150 almost resist and almost 300 accuracy, that's almost 450 resist. That's the reason you can hardly apply any kind of debuffs to her. And if you can't, as you know, if you're not applying the debuffs, it's a lot harder to kill somebody. And she's defensive based on top of that. So here she has almost 4,000 defense, and then you're increasing it by 60%, 2 out of 3 turns. And if you got an extender, it's always up. So you're looking at 6,400 resist almost on her. And the more you put in this defense, the higher it's going to get. So, it only applies to the base part. So it's only 600, another 1,000. So she got 5,000 defense. That's a huge amount of defense. I usually use Bad L as the lead, so that's a 99% crit rate. That gives you 192% crit damage. And, there's much better gear out there than what I've got on her. I mean, I've only got a 5-star piece here, 5-star piece there, and a 5-star piece here. I mean, this one's 5-star. There's much better gear. And I mean, then you can extend it up and make it even better. I mean, the crit damage extra little thing helps, but it'd be a lot better if this was a 6-star with that extra 2%. But then it probably wouldn't go to that anyway. So anyway, let's go in and see what she does now. Now, let's not go to the dungeons yet. Let's go to Doom Tower. I've already done it. This is Doom Tower hard, by the way. So I'm going to do 39. And if you notice, I don't have a reviver. I don't have a healer. But with this team, I've run through 40, all the way through 40, except because the bosses, you have to have a little bit different of a thing for them. But, you're looking at 13 seconds on Doom Tower Hard. These guys have a lot of defense and they have a lot of hit points. Now everybody's hexed the because of our Green Goblin here, which is what I like to call him. His name is Machin Kai, I think is how it's pronounced. Just a weird name. Michin Kai is the way it's pronounced. It's just a very funny name. So anyway, so everybody is hexed. So when they attack, and it doesn't matter if she places the hex or he places the hex. If they're hexed and they hit somebody, they're still got a chance of getting turned to stone. And they get turned to stone. It doesn't have to be hers. And he does an extra hit when somebody else hits something that's under a hex. He gets an extra hit a lot of times. So they work really well together. This is like a really good team together to have for it. So I don't have him booked out yet. I really wish he was. You know, if I had him booked out, he would be he's one of my favorite new champs. And I love this guy. This guy hits really hard. He's got some really great kit. He's got a really great kit. He's all around a really good champ. So if you get him, he's really good to have. And he pairs well with Mithrala. And she's absolutely great. So, you look at, she did 202 damage. She did, Rotting Line with Valkyrie and for Lydia. And, of course, this guy is the biggest DPS there is. But Yarkle did fairly well. Yarkle's a really good champ. And like I said, you're looking for champs, and you're talking about free to play or low spenders. Well, what do you need? This one comes out of Hydra. This one comes out of your clan shop. This one's just free for doing your faction wars. And I've been trying to do faction wars here lately to show you how to get, the ones I used to get through it. You don't have to use the ones I did, but I used some that were different than a lot of other people because I just didn't have the champs. And I had to do it with what I had. So, but I did get through it. I mean, as long as you get them to 60, you get them booked out, and you get them some decent gear on them, usually you can finish them if you got even halfway decent champs. Now, let's go through. I did not cover her masteries. I've got stalwart gear on her, which, is for the AoE attacks. That works well for Doom Tower. It would work well for the clan boss. But with clan boss, she would need a lot better gear because her speed is way too low for clan boss for Ultra Nightmare. Okay, so we're going to look at the masteries I did on her. I went straight down the offensive line. I got War Mastery at the end, which is the important one. I got all the extra accuracy I could get. I got the Lords of Steel, which does by 15%. I took the Master Hexer, which, it has a 30% chance of extending any of the debuffs that's cast, so that means it doesn't work with the Stun, Sleep, Freeze, or Petrification. So I would probably, and the only thing I think, let's see, she does the poisons, and she does the hex. So, the Petrification is not going to go longer, but the hex will last longer. And so when you look at her skills, for that mastery and stuff, you're not going to get the extra, length of the petrification, but you're going to get the extra hex length. I took the speed one, but honestly, I would think you probably want to take the lasting gifts, so you get the 30% extra extended on the duration of any buffs cast. But I have extenders, and so if you have an extender in the party, you don't need this, because if it's up 100% of the time, it doesn't do you any good to have a 30% chance of extending the duration. And I do have Godseeker that I use a lot. Godseeker extends those boons, and it's 100%. It's not 30. It always will stay up on all of this. And Godseeker is really fast. But the speed, it's just because, if she's the last one alive, it's going to increase her speed by 24. And usually she's the last one that's going to die in the party. Unless you got somebody else that's just super tanky, like maybe Duchess or something, she's going to be your last one alive. So she's an excellent champ to get. I mean, if you're not doing a Hydra, you need to go in. You need to be killing Hydra every week. And I hope that your clan is knocking out so you get the double ones, at least on the easy one. And maybe, they're doing the hard and you're getting double on it. If you do, you're getting about 8 of these tokens every week, and you can get her really fast if you don't already have her. But if you notice, she got the snake heads, and I don't know why they just didn't call her Medusa, because she looks like Medusa, and she stones just like Medusa does. So she's an excellent champ, guys. So, it would help you a whole lot to get her. And, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope everybody has a really good night, and thanks for watching.